So you thought I was done with Cap? Man, that was corny. There we go. So sorry guys about my last video. I didn't have that much energy. Work has been really kicking my ass. So bad. And I don't know, I was just out of it that day. And well, these days. But finally have a little bit of energy. Let's get back to it. Alright. So the cat omnibus. I will be reviewing my omnibuses. Omnibuy. Pick one. There's no real word for it. But I'll be reviewing my books a little more now, so be on the lookout for that. But I will put that link for the Amazon for the Cat Omnibus down below in the details of the video. Do you love Cap? Because this is the series to jump on board for Cap. Or for those who don't know what I'm saying, Captain America. He is my boy. He is the dude. This is my hero. He used to be Spider-Man when I was a kid, but Captain America, he's my dude now. MCU has done just tweaked them a little bit, but they really did get the character right, which is why I love Captain America, especially the trilogy, so much. They grabbed so much from the movie The Winter Soldier onwards with this series, because this has a lot of espionage, spy stuff, and it's really Ed Brubaker. Ed Brubaker, for those who don't know, he is a great writer. I will probably do his Kill or Be Killed series because, man, what a great series and what a great writer. It was Steve Epting. Writing is extremely addicting. I mean, let me point one thing out. Okay, so the ending of the Winter Soldier arc in this book, how can I say? It's a little underwhelming. And I don't mean in a bad way. It's just, it wraps up pretty quickly and it just goes on to the next story. I've heard that's a common critique of the first Winter Soldier. It's good. It is great. It's a little different from the movie. I will go for a little small spoilers, but in the book, Nick Fury knows that the Winter Soldier is Bucky, and he never told Cap, and Cap is very conflicted about it through the whole entire series, and where he lies. Sort of like, yeah, a little bit like the movie. But things are a little different than in the comics. They use a cosmic cube to bring Bucky back, to bring his memories back, but I really liked the payoff in the Winter Soldier. Honestly, one of my favorite MCU movies. Honestly, one of my favorite superhero movies, and I actually like it more than The Dark Knight because I get a little more feels from it. But that's just my opinion. And this is the internet, and this is my YouTube, and this is where a nerd like me thinks his opinion actually matters. Anyways, I actually like the way they handled it in the movie way better than they did in the comic. It is very addicting. It's hard for me to put it down, especially the Red Menace, the story that follows after it, even the little Winter Soldier stories that followed the Civil War. If you haven't read Civil War, at the end of Civil War, Captain America dies, but because Iron Man chose to hold a public hearing instead of a private hearing, which got him killed. And they plant the seeds of what happened early on, which I did not know when I was younger. And I'm going to tell y'all straight up, when I was younger, I did not like this series because it was too much talky talk. I wasn't that much I wanted the action. But now I'm older, a little more sophisticated, especially with the beard. That was corny, but again, we're doing a Cap video. I love the writing here. Ed Brubaker, man. And it sucks to say this, but I have to bring it up because it was mentioned. I didn't mention it in the Winter Soldier Falcon series. So he got paid more for his cameo in the Winter Soldier than he ever did working for Marvel, which is sad because he created the Winter Soldier character, and because he was working for hire, he doesn't get compensated for all the money and revenue that that character creates, which sucks because he's been in so many MCU movies and his own show now. Yes, they introduced Sin, which I was kind of hoping Carly Morgenthau from the Winter Soldier Falcon series was gonna be Sin. I guess not. Which I'm kind of glad because Sin is a great character. She is the daughter of Red Skull, but because the Red Skull didn't want a daughter, she had to fight and become strong and hardened to become a true heir to him, which is actually she ends up becoming a really great character. Crossbones is an asshole. He's way more better developed, and I hated that they threw him away so much in Civil War and Winter Soldier. He could have grown to be a great character, especially with them teasing Thunderbolts. He could have been great in that series.
Steve Epting
is the main artist in here, and this is where an artist can fail or succeed. If it's not about how good they draw it, because there's some cartoony drawings sometimes that I kind of two-dimensional, which I'm not a big fan of. I prefer more like
Steve Epting
way where it's more realistic. But going back to the point, if they can make the characters act very well, if the acting is done very well in these books, it is believable. You will go along with it, and that's what he does very well. And also, he captures the tone of the writing that Ed Brubaker follows or does so very well, which is why these two are very inseparable and very great collaborators. It really brings it home, along with the lighting and everything, and the shadows that he uses. I know there's inkers. I forgot who the inker is. I'm sorry. Colorist, I'm sorry. I don't remember the name, but
Steve Epting
and Ed Brubaker, just home run. Like,
Steve Epting
is one of those rare artists that, well, he's one of the best artists that I can think of, and one of my personal favorites because he has these little nuances that he adds to the characters himself, like just a slight twitch of the face, or like a facial expression that you could tell that something's wrong. But once you get into the series, I'm pretty sure you'll understand what I'm talking about. This is the one that put Cap on the map. Thanks to Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips.
Steve Epting.
This is a really great series. I really recommend it. This is honestly a 4 out of 5. It's a classic. It is a classic. I'll give it a 4.5. Okay, 4.5. Because, man, this is really hard to put down. Overall, this is a great omnibus. It has a lot of extra content. Stuff about Ed Brubaker interviews. There's some stuff that I found out that he lived in Guantanamo Bay before his Guantanamo Bay, so it kind of helps with. And his dad was in the military of some sort, I think, from what I remember. So it kind of helps with his tones and what he chooses to write about in his stories. But I think the only thing that kills this from being a 5 out of 5. It is a must-own. It is a must-own, especially if you're a Cap fan. There's a certain tie-in that just takes it away from getting that 5. But overall, the story isn't. I wouldn't give it a 5. I'm not gonna be that guy who gives 5s out of 5s all the time. But the tie-in for House of M, it started out pretty good, but then it just derailed. But at the end of the day, it wasn't part of his story, so it didn't make sense to really follow along with it. But it could have been done a little better. But other than that, it's just a small critique. But Ed Brubaker at his best here in Captain America, Winter Soldier, Red Menace, Civil War, and Death of Captain America, where it starts. I'm gonna get the next omnibus. Hopefully, I can read it and give y'all a review. But I hope y'all like this. This is my first omnibus review. Let me know how I did, because my first time, and I will be doing Donny Cates's Cosmic Universe 1 because I've read the whole thing in single issues, and it's one of my favorites, absolute favorite stories, especially the Cosmic Ghost Rider stuff. But that will be my next omnibus review. I'll see when I can post it. That one's gonna take me a while. But yeah, guys, go easy on me. I was a little tired on the last video, so let me know what y'all think. Subscribe, like down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. How good I did on the omnibus review. But deuces, y'all. Yo, take it easy.